Every now and then in the Roblox community, there would be an online figure that would be embroiled into controversy or some sort of conflict between another figure. In most cases, a YouTuber getting exposed for being a toxic individual or being a danger to people, which is getting too common at this point. In rare occurrences, however, a conflict between two online figures escalating into harassment, doxing, and even threats have shown the Roblox community the cruelty of the human mind. Not just between the two online figures, but also the behavior of the community engaging with the controversy, representing how online vigilantism at its worst. Not fighting for the right of man, but for one's own self-benefit and bringing destruction. This video will cover the controversy between Roblox YouTubers Ruben and gun fishing, and how fucked up every single detail this drama was. In the era where many users on the internet have turned to online vigilantism to expose dangerous and harmful acts on the internet, I think one of those users who genuinely seek out these harmful individuals that aren't doing it for their own self-benefit is Ruben. I do agree that he tends to go overboard a few times, sometimes overgeneralizing a few people to the crowd, but overall, I think he's a pretty alright guy. Man, this recording feels like I'm walking on a tightrope. Early on his YouTube career, he was pretty much already aware of the Roblox corporation and its flaws, ultimately exposing a popular figure in the Roblox community of predatory behavior. For the following years, he became a popular figure himself in the Roblox community, known for his critical commentary on the Roblox community or Roblox themselves, often landing himself in trouble from the corporation. Most infamously in 2021, where Roblox sued him for $1.6 million because of terrorizing the users and employees of Roblox, resulting in the case being resolved and Ruben permanently banned from ever playing Roblox, but still involved himself in the community. Nowadays, users in the Roblox community view him as a sort of savior or a saint because of his efforts against inappropriate behavior and content. However, doing all of this praise, there are a few individuals who believe that his actions are foul, even slanderous at some points. All of those opinions would accumulate when Ruben released a video called Ranking Every Type of Roblox Player, where Ruben would at this point generically jab a certain community, furries. Ruben and the furry community just don't see each other eye to eye. Often opinions clash regarding the morality and difference between being a furry and being a zoophile, which yes, furries are more into becoming and sexualizing an idealized version of a fur bearer, while zoophiles are sexually attracted to any animal. The line between the two, might I add, in my opinion, and in full regards you can disagree, gets a bit blurry. This one mistake caused an amount of people to get pretty upset towards him, including one furry that threatened to swat him and have his private information compromised, which was just completely bullshitting and ending up delivering pizza to the White House. And like there was this sort of smear campaign against Ruben, especially another furry being the de facto leader of the smear campaign that faked messages of supposed Ruben fans harassing and doxing him, which I'm not saying that it isn't out of the realm of possibility that a Ruben fan would harass someone, but when you try and fake a message but have those messages be sent within seconds close to each other and end off with the same message, just not really a particularly smart move. On the other side of the pond from the Roblox commentary, there is gun fishing. He also goes around different controversial areas of Roblox, stuff like hate groups and predators, and his girlfriend who he says he was groomed at 13 and abused at 15. Considering that his girlfriend, Onion Bread, was in a very publicized relationship with another Roblox YouTuber named Milkdead who was abusing her, I feel like there is just too much information vital for the next part, so we should just go to that already. Ruben derangement syndrome refers to a deleted video made by Gun Fishing, where he talks about Ruben criticizing him in various ways.
I'm not really a big fan of Ruben and I don't think I'm allowed to say it. As soon as you say those words in that order, about 100 people immediately unsubscribe, dislike your video, and tell you that you fell off and that you suck. So instead of doing that, it seems like most content creators have, I don't know, let's say fallen in line. Video after video I have seen of doing actual fucking tricks on it. Every video has to pander so hard to the Ruben crowd just to get flight at all and not be horrifically disliked.
Oh, alright, that's the last bit of comical whimsical commentary. I'll do serious mode. As the robot As I say that, as Ruben Sim furry war was going on, Phishing caught wind of the controversy and decided that he had enough. He had been bottling up his problems with Ruben and his behavior. Basically, whenever someone criticizes Ruben, even at the most minor of critique, he often slanders the people he replies to. Sort of an ad hominem kind of argument where he doesn't focus on the main point but rather goes to the person that even brings up the issue. You kind of see that trend pop up later on in the video. Throughout the 1 hour and 6 minute video, he brings up many things regarding Ruben Sim, but the most important details in the video was Ruben's involvement in key reform threads. Most notably, one thread that involves his fans posting YouTube videos that feature negative opinions on Ruben and then go and harass and mass dislike those videos. One of Phishing's own videos was in a thread which was shared onto another website where Phishing was doxxed and threatened death. They then targeted his girlfriend, Onion Bread, and went at the relationship and their posting of NSFW content on Discord to potential minors. You know, when you really think of it, you can really see why this drama got so messy, because both sides are pretty fucked. They had a confrontation in Discord about the whole issue, and I know I said I wasn't going to be comical anymore, but this shit was just ass.
Would that be the end of it? Would that?
Okay, hey, how about we do qualify it with? Okay, if any party does something that the other party doesn't like, do you think fair critiques are okay of either party coming from either party, so nothing will reignite the war? Like if Phishing.
I would rather just say nothing.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, I would also just rather say nothing. I would rather just say
something
nothing.
horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, I was so down for doing nothing. I was so down for doing.
That's
well,
and
here's the thing. I told you that if you broke our agreement, and you seem to agree that you were the one that broke it, I wasn't going to make you another offer like that.
You said that you wouldn't be friends with me anymore. I cried myself to sleep after that, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah. But if you want to delete everything, I'll change my mind. I won't say anything. I'll delete all my tweets. We could put this to bed. Because, and I want to give credit to Tyler. As horrible as I think all the stuff she's done is, that pales in comparison to the predators that I make videos about. Okay, she's not Mr. Obvious. She's not Dr. Rofatnik. She's not Kaneko Kitten.
Yeah.
Okay, it's not that big of a deal.
Thank you for saying that, because the guy in this call right now, the caddish guy, literally compared me to those guys. But
yeah, I don't agree with that.
No, I didn't compare you. I just said you're not.
You did though.
And I guess the drama diverted from Ruben Sim hosting a hate group into Phishing's girlfriend during NSFW at age 16. But I think the main issue regarding Onion Bread was that she was sending NSFW content to multiple minors, and I think that is a main issue to talk about. But are we really going to ignore the Ruben cybermob? You know, maybe the Roblox lawsuit does have some merit to it. They probably just know something that we probably don't. In the end, Ruben and Phishing sort of concluded their issues between each other and just let things go. But the whole issue on Onion Bread never really fizzled out, especially before, during, nor after the drama. It sort of became its own issue, resulting in people making a kidnapping plan, planning to rape and torture the two, and like, I know, that sort of grooming minors into seeing your NSFW fan art of Rick and Morty is bad, but draw the fucking line. But regardless of his many attempts to try and defend his girlfriend, he couldn't support her actions anymore. A bit of a fact check, he doesn't explicitly say that they aren't dating anymore, so that's why this part seems like it was alluring to some big detail. The only information I can find about their supposed breakup was from a Reddit thread commenting that she dumped Phishing, which doesn't really make sense. The drama somewhat concluded with Gone Phishing and Ruben settling their issues and Onion Bread leaving the internet. And like, yeah, this drama revealed some sort of hate group Ruben has that targets anyone that mildly criticizes him, or the fact that there was a huge fucking kidnapping plan. But let's be honest, this was a Romeo and Juliet love story between two lovers that are on the opposite sides on the internet. One exposes while the one is getting exposed. But while the controversy concludes, it wouldn't take long until Phishing finds himself in drama once again. After the controversy, Phishing went back to his usual commentary videos, focusing more on exposing figures in the Roblox community for the usual stuff. You know, grooming minors and for inappropriate behavior. Most cases, he compiles all of the information and contacts victims and confronts the perpetrators. So a controversy such as, for example, Loopy's allegations being from the results of Phishing's findings, then it does make sense for other people that are covering the same topic would credit Phishing as the one that found all of the information. But that isn't really quite what has happened, for the most part, with some even avoiding to even acknowledge him, probably because of his controversial career. Fishing, making a follow-up video about Loopy, he also briefly remarks about the people that didn't give him credit when covering the Loopy drama, calling them vultures.
The allegations against Loppy. Situation with Loppy. Very serious and troubling allegation.
Everybody's been chirping about it. Some not even giving me credit. So f it, you're welcome. That's me, dude. Make sure you set the record straight. I did that shit. I did it all. I did it all. All me. I did it. I did the work. Don't let anybody run away with my work.
Again, can we watermark that? Gone fishing, paycheck gang, fucking just you fucking vultures. The vultures, dude. The vultures, they come in and they swoop in and they pick your story. They pick my fucking journalism that I fucking did. They pick that shit. They pick that shit for spare parts.
And like at some metric, he is right. The victims and himself are the ones that gave light to Loopy's crimes. But with how he braggadociously proclaims that he deserves the attention and credit from other people, it makes it look like he prioritizes himself over the situation. Which does seem fair that people would find him kind of egotistical and arrogant. But I feel like the only group of people that actually does have a say in the matter are the victims or people that helped in the expose. I mean, that's all I'm gonna say. I think we tend to gravitate towards topics that have a defined evil side, a side that can easily be disagreed and shamed upon. Within these controversial topics, it features multiple or different reactions or accents that vary in response or result. This phenomenon bubbles up into its own subgroup on the internet, whether you are the one causing the problem, actively trying to fix it, or ended up making things worse. I think it's fairly evident how the dangers of unfiltered internet access can result in minors. Using my own case, I began naglulu when I was even 12. I was exposed to sexually revealing content from sites like YouTube, which then ballooned over to other websites. But since the stuff that I was exposed to wasn't like sexual intercourse and involves more into the figure of a woman, it's like having a foot fetish. I'm not saying that I have a foot fetish. It's more normal than fit to some degree. I didn't understand what I was doing. I just felt like doing it. I don't even remember why and how I know how to do it, but likely because I heard it from the internet, causing me to develop a fetish. At age 13, I started hanging around in online discussions, ending up joining a few groups. I was impressionable and easily influenced. Likely most of the groups I joined were mostly other impressionable minors and were doing harmless stuff, with a couple of arguments sprinkled in there, but never anything sexual. With that said, however, some people have a different experience when it comes to interacting with inappropriate content and with other users. I found that a lot of people, including popular YouTubers, to be infatuated with gore content and share it among their friends because they were exposed to that kind of stuff at a young age and just developed a tolerance to it. Even with how fucked up the shit they were watching was, in their minds it was pretty much normalized. Some people just grew up fucked, a bad upbringing, using porn as a coping mechanism. Some details in life that most people would find disturbing could be just mundane for them. And this isn't me trying to justify grooming or abuse. I'm stating the origins of all of these abuses and predators and how they can leave an impact and influence their victims. Let's say that an ordinary teenager is a victim of a predator. They get asked to show their body, not fully understanding the gesture. They do what they said because someone that they trust and are familiar with asked them to do. They view it more as a task rather than anything else. Heck, maybe even they wanted it. They got exposed to the love life culture and just want a partner, not fully understanding the relationship. Sooner down the line, as the predator exposes the victim to more graphic and revealing content, the victim becomes more and more normalized with it, even participating in these inappropriate communities, meaning that those same victims can directly or indirectly groom more minors and expose them to inappropriate content, a perpetuating cycle of victims and perpetrators. Online vigilantism, especially when it comes to scam hubs and criminals, has and always will be seen as a heroic act. However, on the quest to punish those who are deserving of consequence, it may turn from a form of correction to a form of a barbaric crusade, not for the right, but to cause destruction. Doxing and blackmail is already one thing. The total disregard of one's being while threatening them of violence isn't and will never be the appropriate resolution. You have to resolve conflicts misunderstandings, flaws, not eliminate the enemy. But going as far as planning to kidnap, rape, and torture possibly innocent people is just insane. It's a fucking derangement competition, and I know I sound like one of those anti-harassment campaigns, but just think about it for a bit. Being so obsessed with someone's actions just to the point where you feel the need to be so fucking hateful, like I just don't get it. Doesn't it tire people out doing something so meaningless and valueless to anyone? Is it not enough to just say that this person did something bad and that they should not interact with people anymore? Like, yeah, let's just dox them that possibly could just be some random innocent bystander, and then kidnap and torture them, which could just be the wrong person. I mean, someone fucking ordered a pizza to the White House thinking it was the doxed person's address. Not only can he be so useless and hateful, but also be so gullible and dumb enough to not type the address into Google just to see if it is the fucking White House or not. And even nowadays, when someone goes out and exposes someone, they make it like a show. Instead of doing the appropriate thing and turning them to the authorities, they harass and abuse the person and make them entertainment. Like, dude, I get that these people deserve the worst, I get that. But how can you even fucking clip farm predators? Speaking of using controversy as entertainment, social commentary has been springing up left and right documenting and talking about these controversies. And look, a few of them are good channels that deliver a topic in a transformative way while still giving value to the viewer. But nowadays, most commentary channels try to find a new controversy or update and just pump it out as soon as they can. Even when the drama is still fresh, they jump the gun and inspect the drama right away. It doesn't matter if the information provided is right or wrong. As long as they have something to post, the earliest ones often get the limelight. Because as Fishing states about the vultures, people who would cover a controversy would most likely either use references from the primary data and they will become secondary data, except the secondary data will most likely be passed around, giving not only the exposure the credit, but also a bit of exposure from the earliest to post about the topic. In journalism, it's often a competitive scene. Being the first to cover a new controversy brings more audience and traction towards you. Being fast at giving news is also another benefit, since being the first to cover a drama can show authority and credibility, with audiences trusting the source more. And in most cases, other people take the scoop of the controversy, ultimately leaving them without much traction on their posts. But we aren't talking about natural disasters or events. We are talking about potentially fabricated or truthful allegations of a person that can damage their career or ultimately destroy it. In fact, being the fastest while adding little to no value to the controversy makes these channels seem rushed to gain the most out of the situation, not to help. And again, there are a few channels out there that actively contribute to this topic, such as providing another point of view or confronting the people themselves. But at most points, including me, talk about not because we want to help, but it simply gives us more traction. Okay, before you ban me as a hypocrite for criticizing other low-level commentary channels while being one myself, I do acknowledge myself to be someone profiting off of people's situations. So calling me a hypocrite in the comment section is useless, since I know it only drives up my engagement and ultimately contributes to me. So, I don't know, do something else, maybe leave a dislike. That's why I do these long essays, trying to dissect the topics, just to at least give some sort of benefit to you guys. Lastly, why are videos like this and this that always depict a negative and awful topic so captivating for people? It's called negativity bias. I'll probably refer to this thing in a future video. Basically, negative information weighs more heavily on people, especially when it is about another person. Stuff like rumors or chismes. Hearing that someone close to you did something bad, you would automatically think that it could be true, since why would they lie? Negativity is also essentially an attention magnet. In general, bad news is more popular than good news. When you factor in the amount of successful novels, most of them are full of negative events and turmoil. So what does this mean? Do humans just like drama? Look, I know that I'm gonna end up rambling about psychology and the human mind being hardwired. I'm avoiding psychology in college and I do not want to associate myself with the subject too much. What I'm just trying to say is that we're most likely prone to be interested in conflict, interested to see how the story develops and what the outcome of it will be. I know it sounds crude, turning one's real-life situation into a folktale, but that is how most viewers process drama. We often see two sides, the good and the bad side. No matter how troubling or unsettling your own side may be, you'll still support it because you think that it is the best side, the best opinion. Let's not try and be political. Let's end the video before things start derailing badly. If I were to end this video on a good note, then I'd say this. Just avoid unnecessary conflict. Avoid watching this kind of content in the future. Just focus on yourself. the people around you. Don't try to involve yourself with these kinds of people. There is more to life than the internet. Live life, please. You don't have to trap yourself just for a sad excuse for a coping mechanism. Try different things out. It's not too late, I promise. Things will get better. There is more to life than anger.